In the mountains of southern China, there are days when entire villages seem to change color. Silver catches the light. Clothing reflects patterns built over generations, and movement becomes part of the design. For the Miao people, culture is not hidden, it is worn. What appears as decoration is not only visual, it is structured, repeated, and remembered. This is the story of a people who do not store history in books, but carry it in what they make and what they wear. The Miao people live mainly in mountainous regions of southern China, including Guizhou, Hunan, and Guangxi. Their communities are often located in areas where terrain limits large-scale agriculture. Historically, the Miao experienced periods of migration and relocation. Because of this, written records were limited or inconsistent. Instead, knowledge was preserved through oral tradition and material culture. Clothing, embroidery, and silver ornaments became more than aesthetic elements. They functioned as carriers of information, storing patterns, symbols, and meanings that could be passed down without written language. Daily life required adaptation to mountainous environments. Farming was small-scale, and labor was organized within families and villages. In this context, cultural production, such as embroidery, was integrated into daily routines. This created a system where identity was not stored externally, but embedded in what people made. Miao embroidery is not random decoration. It is structured and intentional. Patterns often represent stories, migration paths, or symbolic elements tied to history and environment. These designs are repeated across generations, creating continuity. The process itself requires planning. Threads are selected based on color and durability. Patterns must be followed carefully to maintain consistency. Time investment is significant. Complex pieces can take months to complete. Because of this, embroidery teaches patience and precision. Learning happens through observation and repetition. Younger members begin with simple patterns and gradually progress to more complex designs. Mistakes are visible. Incorrect stitching affects the entire pattern. Correction requires careful adjustment rather than replacement. In this way, embroidery functions as both production and communication, a system that stores and transmits information. Silver ornaments are another key element of Miao culture. These pieces are not only decorative, they serve multiple functions: visual identity, social signaling, and material value. Silver is often worn during festivals and important events. The size, weight, and design of ornaments can indicate status, family background, or regional identity. Production of silver items requires technical skill. Craftsmen shape, engrave, and assemble pieces through processes that take time and precision. At the same time, silver functions as a form of stored value. It can be retained over long periods and passed down through generations. This creates a connection between culture and economics. Silver is both an object of identity and a form of asset. For older generations, visibility is essential. Elders often explain that when culture is not written, it must be seen. Patterns, clothing, and ornaments make identity recognizable. They emphasize that these elements are not optional. They serve as reminders, ensuring that knowledge is not lost over time. From their perspective, the challenge today is simplification. As production becomes faster and demand increases, designs may lose detail. What matters to elders is not only continuation, but accuracy. If patterns change too much, the information they carry may be lost. For them, culture must remain visible, but it must also remain precise. Leon is a Miao woman in her late 20s. She grew up learning embroidery from her mother and grandmother. As a child, she practiced simple patterns, gradually developing skill through repetition. Over time, she learned not only how to create designs, but also what they represented. Later, Leanne worked outside her village, where income opportunities were greater, but work was less connected to cultural production. When she returned, she began combining traditional embroidery with modern market access. She produces both detailed traditional pieces and simplified designs for broader sale. She also explains patterns to customers, describing their meanings and origins. This adds context and increases value.
Lian's work requires balancing speed and accuracy,
Faster production increases income.
but may reduce detail. Slower work preserves meaning, but limits output.
Her approach is to maintain both, adjusting based on purpose. Tourism and market demand have increased visibility for Miao culture.
This creates opportunities for income, but also pressures to standardize.
Products may be simplified to meet demand.
Designs may be adapted to fit external expectations.
As a result, some cultural elements become more uniform, while others lose complexity. Communities respond differently. Some prioritize economic benefit. Others maintain traditional methods despite lower efficiency. This creates an ongoing negotiation between preservation and adaptation. In this context, culture is no longer static. It evolves within economic systems. For the Miao people, history is not hidden. It is worn, repeated, and carried forward.
In every pattern, in every piece of silver, memory remains visible.